Did you know that there's only 1.5% of people in the US alone that end up becoming a millionaire? And 90% of businesses fail. And so what's the difference between the two? I wanted to find out. And so in this video, I'm gonna go and actually study what are the top 100 millionaires online doing? What are they selling? How are they doing it? Why are they different? And to make this as valuable as possible for you, I'm gonna go look at all the different business models, from service providers to SaaS, trading, e-commerce, info product, you name it. And then you can choose a business that works for you based on the information you get in this video. Okay, so here's the game plan. I want to see what are their business plans, their social media, their community, their offers, and their funnels, and what makes them unique about them specifically, because there's so many business models out there that you might be thinking, which one is making people a millionaire the fastest? I'm just picking something that everyone else is doing that actually may make you miserable. Right, the first step, I'm gonna go and write down all the names. I wanna see patterns, because success leaves clues. And if you could just look at the patterns, you can start creating your own blueprint. And what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna create a one-page business plan that you can take away from all these people, you can print it, and you can actually start using it today if you have no idea where to start. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's dive in. And so I sat down and just started going through everyone on the list, their social media profiles, their videos, their content strategy. What about the hooks, the thumbnails, the titles, the link in bio, the description, everything that I could find to see what are they all doing differently from people who are broke. Another big thing that I'm realizing, which I've seen with clients as I build funnels, there's multiple revenue streams, and when you buy something cheap, eventually you'll be offered something more expensive, because some people just want to go straight to the high ticket, the premium, to get closer access to someone that they look up to. By the way, you know what I'm also noticing? I'm actually looking for more of like the regular type of people that are millionaires, not like the Elon Musk of the world. I'm not looking for like, okay, how did Donald Trump become a billionaire in the real estate industry? Or, how did he become a president?
Is the mic ready? Yes.
I'm also looking for like this guy who failed everything, and everyone would say like, you're kind of dumb for doing this. Because how many times as we start a business do we get to hear from our parents, our friends, and everyone around us, like, who do you think you are? Why would you think that this would work? And we're kind of crazy to go against that and just believe in ourselves hard enough and refuse to quit and actually try everything we can to make it happen. So I'm looking for those crazy ones who are like, I don't care what people say, I'm gonna find a way, and then they end up becoming successful.
Okay, let's put our hands together for Steve Larson!
Rich Dead Marketers. Pay attention to this. This is key. And I know it's one of the reasons we did $1 million in a day.
Steve Larson grew up in the ClickFunnels company as the right hand to Russell Brunson. So imagine being someone who's built $1 billion company, and you get to see like all the stuff behind the scenes. You're learning a lot of things that most people can't get online, because when you're around someone, this is why proximity is power, because when you're around someone, you get to see how they think, not just what they do. So how do they make decisions when nobody's watching? So one thing that stands out from Steve is that when the timing was right, he left to go out and get his own 2 Comma Club, which is an award for making $1 million through your own funnels. And Steve said that one of the things entrepreneurs get wrong is that they try to become like the traffic source and the marketplace and the blue ocean and create the opportunity themselves, because they're trying to educate the market, create the product, and then sell the demand. That's the wrong way to go about it, because as Steve said, you can just go where people are already buying stuff, and then you can sell something new to them, or something that's supplementary or complementary to what they're already buying. So with ClickFunnels or High Level or School, there's a lot of people in those markets already. They're creating the noise. You look at trends where people are already going, you can just position yourself. So timing, trends, and positioning. So when I went into ClickFunnels, that was very different. When I went from ClickFunnels to High Level, that was a trend and a big like spike in ClickFunnels users at the time, because ClickFunnels 2.0 was delayed. And I was like, okay, I'll just position myself in the high level space, because that's what people need right now. And then, okay, if people are selling white label SaaS to local business, I'll go online. I'll sell it to creators, to personal brands. And you'll see this happening right now with communities and creators. So people who were just making money through AdSense and YouTube and brand deals, they're now launching their own info products. Well, guess who's helping them launch those? People like me. When you position yourself the right way, you don't have to create the market. you get to benefit from it. Alright, so I think I just struck gold because I found this file. Someone scraped School. So School is a platform for communities. It's the top 1,000 groups there, and I can see Digital Growth Community, Blanks Galore, Adonis Gang, The World is a Simulation, Faya Films Academy, School Masterclass. And I can see total posts, I can see members, I can see admins. Where's the best part? I can see the owners of the groups, and I can click to those and I can search for anything. And I'm gonna start going through and see what are these people doing. I want to see like what are the most common ways to monetize communities for creators who are, you know, maybe not in the make money online niche, you know, start an agency or start trading. All right, so I'm seeing a little bit of a shift from like a couple of years ago in this space where everyone was selling high ticket. You only sold like $10,000 services or $5,000 coaching with a $25,000 mastermind. And now I'm really seeing like low ticket offers and low ticket communities, even like delayed change, menopause, transition, 47 a month. And I'm seeing like micro offers. So fascinating, and it makes a lot of sense because what happens when you have an overflow of information? Well, it's hard to decide like where do I go to learn, where to hang out. If I have a problem with my car, I go to a mechanic who can fix like that part of the car, right? But if I want it like painted, I'll go somewhere where they just like paint cars. It's the same online. If I just want to learn like one thing, I just want to learn how to edit videos better, I'll go to someone who just talk about it all the time because they're obsessed with it. And it's the obsession, the passion that makes me drawn to them. Okay, so I'm finding a lot of interesting stuff in this study. There's regular people. These are regular people with like 1,000 members, pricing at $97 a month, making $1 million a year as like a micro influencer. Back in the day, you had to have like a huge audience. Have you seen the study of someone who had millions of dollars, couldn't sell merch because they had no loyalty, they had no relatability? It's so like,
hey, look at me, I got my new nails done. And this is my skin routine.
So fascinating how it's become more of like creator-led, but also like micro-focus. As I look through like the School Discovery Community tab, found that all of them, if you look at the stats, they have like daily VIP access or live calls with me or monthly coaching. And it's like the access. So there's more opportunity than ever. Why is it that some people don't start? Why is it that some people don't build their personal brand? Why is it that some people are struggling to monetize the audience? That's a question I still want to uncover. Pretty quickly, I started to see what actually makes Millionaire different. You see, Millionaires also started from zero at one point, but they still posted that first video. They still did it despite how they felt or how new they were to the game. Finding that a lot of people, when they start out, they're struggling to actually find their voice, and that stops them from actually getting started. And what you see with people who are documenting from day one is that they actually build a personal brand that is genuine, that is unique. This is very interesting for me to see. So first, let's go over the business model. For those who are millionaires selling services, I also found that they didn't have a lot of influence. They didn't have big personal brands. So if you look at someone taking high level and go into local businesses, they built a 7-figure agency, just like the boring traditional way. And these were mostly in the US, which may not be surprising at all. Like they were going to med spas, chiropractors, dentists, and they would just offer something like missed call, text back, or leads. But those were more traditional. They were more like in the local space. And then we have people like me who are building more in the online space. So these are helping personal brands, but staying behind the scenes. And if you look at the first month I hit 100K per month, which is $1 million business, was when I had 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So that's like kind of the benchmark. It's 10,000 followers where you can start having your own 7-figure personal brand. And that's also, you know, if you're in an industry of people who spend a lot of money. So if you're selling fitness, you go and help business owners with their fitness and health. You know, you can have pretty much any business model if you just sell to the right people. What I found from looking at their social media is pretty interesting, because most people would say like you need millions of followers to make billions of dollars, right? I've known people who have 1,000 followers, but because they help them with such a big like outcome and such a valuable thing, like a good friend of mine, Josh 40, he sells these services to people to millionaires and hundreds of millionaires, they are actually paying more like 25, 30, 40,000, 50,000. I know one time someone paid him $100,000 for a service because they have the money and they just wanted to work with him specifically. What I found is that you don't have to have like these crazy numbers. In fact, a lot of people, when they get to 10,000 is like the real benchmark. So if you want to become a millionaire or even just make 10,000 a month or 20, 40, 50,000 a month, get to that 10,000. The blueprint to your first million is just 1,000 people. But you know, you want to have a bigger brand, you want to have more opportunities. I would say 10,000 is a really good, and it's also very possible. Like I could do it from a small town in Finland, then everyone else can do it because I couldn't even speak English back then. And then I've also noticed that a lot of people who are crushing it are doing both organic and paid ads. So they take something, you know, 1,000 followers, you get proof of concept, people want to buy it, and then you launch ads behind it and you scale it. And then community, a lot of people had a free community as well. So they sell, you know, the resources, but the community is free. And then the email list, how do you build an asset of email subscribers is you give out free stuff. So like this week, you know, Instagram story, you can say, hey, who wants like a 10-step checklist to launching your first business or whatever it is. 5 most common mistakes to losing fat or building muscle. Reply fat loss to get it. Reply guide to get it. You reply, there's an automation that sends out the thing. You automate a lot of these things. Right, and then the final thing, content. If you think about those who you actually enjoy following the most, they're just doing things and then talking about what they're doing. So there's discovering things, and as a community, we discover things together. Like I went out and studied for hours these millionaires, and I come back and we discover things together. I went out, I got hundreds of clients, and I come back and I share what I'm learning working with these people. Alex Hormozi built his brand around like building a portfolio company of $100 million and just sharing what he's learning throughout that journey. Biggest takeaway to all of this is to just be yourself. So work on yourself and share that with the world. Like my coach, previous coach at Dan Martell says, become the best version of yourself and give that person to the world.